Zel Boy Army, welcome to another video on the channel. In this one, we are looking at the 5 best skill moves in FIFA right now. Unfortunately for this video, I couldn't get the application where you get your controller on the screen. I'm using a PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox, and I don't think the software is available yet to be able to do that. If there is, please let me know. I wanted to have a controller so you could see my input, to see how I'm doing the skills. But I'm going to show you in the arena each skill. I'm going to show you in-game examples of how to use the skill and why they're so good. If you like this type of content, videos that are going to help you improve at the game, give you player and team advice, show you the best players to use, tactics, all these type of things, please subscribe to the channel. Every day, new spicy content dedicated to helping you guys get better at FIFA 21. The skills that I'm going to show, the criteria that I use is 3 main things. 1, how easy is the skill to use? Is it a skill that's going to be really complicated and I'm gonna have to perfect every angle? It's going to be a nightmare to ever do properly in game. I want the skill to be easy to use first of all. Second, how quick is the skill? So one skill that looks pretty good is the Berber spin, but it's not very quick. So against someone pretty good, they can read it and see the animation, so it's not going to be good either. The third is how effective it is. That tends to be a combination of how easy it is to do and how quick the skill is, but that's the criteria for my skills. So the first skill we are going to be looking at is the bridge dribble. This is very simple. You can do it when you're sprinting. You can do it when you're not sprinting. My general advice would be I try slow down just before I do it. And you'll see that in the in-game examples. Because when you slow down to do it, it makes it a little bit easier to draw the person and then just burst past them. Because when you slow down, they do, then you just burst past them. You can see they always hit it with the right foot here, and they always go to the same side. So in game, it always tends to work better on the left side of the pitch. I'll show you exactly what I mean in game, but the bridge dribble is the single-handed most broken OP trick on the game. It is crazy. You ideally for this want players who are quick, strong, and obviously got good dribbling and then can shoot afterwards. The best position generally is to do it like here and then you just shoot across goal, and it is nearly always a guaranteed goal if you do it right. Let me show you some examples of it in game. Okay, here we've got an example of where to use the bridge. The 2 best positions to use the bridge dribbling, in my opinion, along this bit of the pitch, right on the wing, or the edge of the box around there. So I'm going to show the wing one. So these tricks that I'm showing you here, I've played a friendly against someone and asked them to let me set them up to show you how they work in game. Because to go into actual games and use them takes a bit longer to get the clips. These are the tricks though, and the examples I'm going to show you are exactly the same type of situations that I use them in game all the time. It's just a bit quicker getting them this way. As you can see there, you just burst past and you get a little speed boost. You see there, someone like Mbappe is so good for it, because even when I've done the trick, it looks like he slows down, but he just bursts past. And quite often you get this animation where the defender just freezes and there's nothing they can do about it. And it makes it so hard for people to defend the bridge dribble. Okay, we've got a perfect example coming up right here of how it just bursts past the defender and the defender just tends to freeze. See there, the defender's there and doesn't really seem to move. Normally, defenders just lock on there. But Mbappe started there, defender started there, and Mbappe ends up here. Like, this bit here is probably the best position by a mile to do the bridge. You do it here, you tap R1 twice to knock it past the opponent, and then there you shoot across goal generally, and it just tends to fly. And we'll watch that again. So there, you slow down, use R1 twice, you press R1 twice whilst moving that direction, then you just burst past them. And it's a very easy goal. Because it works so much better on this side compared to there, you tend to want to, if you're playing a 2-striker formation, you want your best striker to be on this side, or someone who's left-footed, or a 5-star weak foot, so they can shoot across goal. In this team, I have Son and Mane, And I still put Mane there because Mane is just that much better than Son. But in general, you want your best player on that side. Got an example coming up now of when you do it on like this side, the top side of the box. So you can see there, the ball runs that way when you do it there, but you want to be going like that to just burst past them. So doing it at that animation, it makes it easy for the defenders to defend. So the bridge, it works better on the bottom wing. If you're attacking this way, you want to ideally do it there and on this side of the pitch. If you're attacking that way, you want to do it on this side, and then on the opposite end, it would be around that part of the box. So the bridge is amazing and it is the best trick in the game. It's so hard to defend, but it only works well in certain positions. Next trick is the most simple in the game. It is the ball roll. This one isn't really used offensively too much. It is literally just you move the right stick ever so slightly down. So when I'm dribbling facing up, I move it 90 degrees to the side. So when I'm dribbling up, I move it 90 degrees on that. When I'm dribbling right, I move it 90 degrees down. And you just constantly move the analog stick that way. This is one of the easiest tricks to practice in the arena. Very simple, just a quick 90-degree movement with the right stick. And I mainly use this to protect the ball. You can see you kind of shield the ball and move it away. So if a defender's on one side, you can just go the other way. It's also very good for just setting up a better angle for a pass. See if it'll let me do it around the keeper here. Come on, keeper. It doesn't work very well in the arena. We'll try it one more time. You can take it around the keeper like that pretty consistently in game. I'm going to show you some clips of it in game. So you can see here, I'm just protecting the ball. Constantly can just change direction. So these clips are just me protecting the ball, using the ball roll. See, you can change the direction very quickly with it. I'm shielding the ball, turning. That was just Gattuso being a bit crazy, to be honest there. But look, when anyone gets near you, you just ball roll away from them and just put yourself in a better position. And you can constantly turn very quick with it. It feels less clunky than left stick dribbling sometimes. And it is a trick that pretty much any player on the game can do. You can see he's getting tight to me, and I just quickly turn the ball away every single time. Works very effectively. In one-on-ones on this game, keepers can be very good sometimes, annoyingly good. So a great way, especially if you get this much space, of beating them, is rather than trying to go for a finish, if they come out, so they bring the keeper out, when you get to about, I maybe did this a touch late as well, to be honest, but when you're like 1-2 touches away, ball roll it, so that way I move it there. I move it furthest away from the keeper, and watch what happens. I just go past him. Nice, easy finish. This is very consistent, has been for the last few FIFAs. It is a great way of finishing your chances one-on-one. Like I say, generally, the ball roll is more about defensively keeping the ball, not doing anything stupid, but it can be used to take it around the keeper like that. Our third trick again is a very simple one. It is the dead stop fake. And I'm going to combo it into a La Croqueta. So, to do a dead stop fake, the first part of this, you do a fake shot, which is pressing square and X or circle and X. But to do the, so like a normal fake shot will be like that. That's a normal fake shot where you just turn, you can turn in pretty much any direction. To do a dead stop fake, though, you do a fake shot, but you let go of everything except for the two buttons that you press. So you stop moving. And when you do it, your player stops completely still. The dead stop fake in itself is a very good trick. Like, get into the box like this, defender's on you, and then you just turn quick like that. It even beats the keeper sometimes. So you just get into a good position, you stop quick, and you can change direction very quick. This works in particular very well with high-end dribblers who can turn quick, and good weak foots help with this. Using these skills properly, having a good weak foot helps because it allows you to go either way. But the dead stop fake, literally just let go of everything and do a fake. The La Croqueta is basically same movement. So if you want a ball roll to the left, you move the analog stick, right analog stick 90 degrees left. La Croqueta, you do a ball roll but hold L1. For some reason, it just bugs defenders out really well. So what I'll do is I'll get into the box, sprinting, dead stop fake, lacroquette, and then just power the shot. It works really well. Let me show you it in game. Okay, here's an example of one of like the best positions to get into to do it. So you want to be making them back off you a bit. If they're not backing off you, the lacroquette in itself can work quite well. But when people don't dive in at all, it's very hard for them to defend like this. So you do a dead stop fake there. And especially with 5-star weak foot, this is really nice because you can either go that way or that way. And it's a very quick combo. Do the dead stop straight away into the lacroquette. I'll watch that again. So watch Son here. Gets there, dead stop, lacroquette, and then the finish is pretty much always near post. Very easy. Okay, here's one where I go the other way. Like I say, having a 5-star weak foot works really well with this. Go the other way and put it in the other corner. The lacroquette needs a 4-star skiller. So the ball roll and the bridge dribble, anyone can do them. Just better dribblers, skillers do them more effectively. To do the lacroquette, you cannot do it unless you have a 4-star skiller. Okay, for this one now, we are doing the scoop turn. This is a 4-star trick. To do the running scoop turn, so when you're actually moving, you need a 5-star skiller. So not many players can do that, and it is a pretty effective trick. It's a bit harder to do consistently, but the scoop turn, I think, is actually pretty easy. A good position to get it in is here in the box. You can do it after a dead stop fake, and then you just move the ball like that. To do a scoop turn, it is a fake shot, and you basically rotate the analog stick. So the left analog stick this is. So here the scoop turn, I press square plus X or circle plus X to shoot, and I move my analog stick, my left analog stick, from like, I move it basically in anti-clockwise here, 90 degrees up to left. To move it to the right now, I'd move it clockwise, up then right. It's just a very quick clockwise or anti-clockwise, depending on which way you want to go, movement. You can do it in quite a few different directions. If you want to do it like 180 degrees, you have to move the analog stick more. Basically, I would mess about with this in the arena, practice it, and then get used to using it in game. I'm going to show you the best places to use it in game. I like generally here though, scoop turn into a quick shot. Okay, the one that we end up scoring here wasn't even probably the best example of it, but it is just a good one that works quite well. You see there, I'm going that way. I quickly turn like that with the analog stick, and then I get a near post finish off. Works really well, and it's very hard to defend. One of the reasons this trick's so good is it is so quick that unless people guess the right way early, almost predict it a second or two early, they can't stop it because it is so quick. Here we have an example of the running scoop turn with Mbappe. So you need a 5-star skiller to do this. So you can see he's doing it when he's actually moving. The normal 4-star scoop turn has to be done when stood still. See there, running scoop turn, moves the ball like that. This is very good in the box for putting people off, and the animation sometimes looks a bit hard to read, so you can get some nice quick goals with it. Again, having a 5-star weak foot is really useful for the scoop turn because it allows you to go either way and makes it very hard to predict. Watch how Son does it here. Here, he's probably going to be worried that I'm going to scoop turn that way and just near post it. But watch what Son does. Puts it onto his left. Nice, easy finish. This is a very easy trick to do. It works very well in the box at going either way. It's also a pretty good trick in the midfield if someone's quite tight to you, to shake them off of you. It works quite well for that, but in the box is when it's most effective. Okay, this is an example here of me scoring a scoop turn in an actual game where I was actually playing serious against the opponent. Watch it there. I send him the other way. So you can see here, Mane, he's worried I might turn onto my right, and I just send him the other way with the scoop turn. He dives in that way. It's good for making people dive in. And then it's a very easy finish on the left foot, even for a 4-star weak foot. Okay, the last one here, in reality, for the last few years, has been a trick that is mostly just for showing off. But genuinely this year, it is actually quite effective. It is the rainbow flick. So the 5th and final trick is the rainbow flick. To do this, if you are running, so here I'm running forwards on the left analog stick, you flick the right stick down once and then flick it up twice. You have to kind of get a timing on it. Once you get used to it, it's very easy to do. Like if you do it too quick, it does this. Oh no, actually, I don't think Neymar can actually fail the trick. Neymar can't actually fail it for some reason. He just does it perfectly. But if you do it too quick, it kind of hits the backside and just goes backwards. But Neymar's rainbow flick is different to anyone else's. Like it's just got a different animation. He's quite famous for doing them in real life. And when you do a rainbow flick, the finish afterwards tends to work really well. For some reason, finishing after a rainbow flick is really good. If people ever, sometimes it does do that a bit, which is weird. Another thing you can do is a dead stop fake into a rainbow flick. It is a very fun trick to do. It's more showing off, but like I say, it is actually pretty effective this year. If people are in the box and you're struggling to break them down and they're not diving in, but they're also not completely backing off, the rainbow flick's a good way to break them down. And like I say, it's one of the more fun tricks in the game. People might not be too happy with you though if you start scoring goals with it. You're probably thinking, Zell, why have you left off the step overs? The reason I've left off the step overs is that whilst they're quick and they are effective, I don't think to use them very well is that easy, to be honest. And also the running fake shot and elastico, they got nerfed in recent patches, so they're not in my top 5 anymore. If you can do the step overs really well, then for me, they are a top 5 trick. I'm decent at them. I'm not amazing at them. I do use them sometimes to throw my opponent off. But I think for the average player, the step overs aren't actually that easy to use efficiently. So for that reason, they're not on the list, but they are worth doing and persisting with if you are very good at them. Let's show you some examples of the rainbow flicking game. Here's an example of me scoring the rainbow flick. The main times the rainbow flick works is if someone doesn't dive in completely or they're not backing off completely. So they're kind of in limbo, they're not doing either. You can see here, flicks it, goes above the head, and sometimes, I don't know why, but when the ball's in the air on this game, it makes it very, very hard for people to defend it. Like, they just can't get the ball off you sometimes. And the rainbow flick, obviously, is a great way of getting the ball in the air. You can see it there. We'll watch it back so you can see it completely. It's very hard to defend, though, if you're not in the perfect position to defend. See, it bursts past them, and then on the volley, the finishing is just really effective. The main positions it's good on, around here, it can be pretty good there and there on the edge of the box to cut in with. It's pretty good sometimes to do a dead stop fake and then go straight into one. You just have to make sure you get the movement right. But yeah, the rainbow flick is a very effective trick this year. I don't actually get annoyed if people do it against me now because it doesn't feel like they're doing it just to try humiliate me. It's actually a good way of scoring. Those are my 5 tricks, guys. The bridge dribble, that is definitely, if you can get it right, the most effective in my opinion. We had the ball roll. That was for like just protecting the ball, taking it around the keeper. Number 3, what did we have? I've got it written down. Let me look. Number 3 was the dead stop into the Lacroquet and just the dead stop in general. Number 4 was the scoop turn, the running scoop turn. Then number 5, the rainbow flick. Hopefully this tutorial has helped you out, guys. Appreciate you watching the videos. Thank you for your support. Have a great evening.